Alright my dear friends, how are you doing today? So we're going to take a break from Ahsoka Season 2, and instead we're focusing on some other aspects of the galaxy far, far away. And we have one main topic, which I'm going to get to in just a moment. But first, a couple of tidbits for Star Wars Starfighter, the movie coming in 2027. A couple of cast members, the two main villains, Mia Goth and Matt Smith, have opened up about being in the movie for the very first time. Starting with the former, Mia Goth is a wonderful actress with an uncanny emotional range. She's also got one of the most amazing speaking voices, and she's also got a haunting screen presence. I haven't seen her entire filmography, but from what I have seen, I've been very impressed. And the reason I mention her voice is because in 2025 in Hollywood, so many actors and actresses just kind of sound the same. Everything's so homogenized, even down to what's called the Hollywood voice. In today's film landscape, there really is a cultivated, media-trained rhythm, from their delivery to their inflection. Everything is played very safe. So when you compare it to, I don't know, the 70s or 80s, we've lost an appreciation for unique vocal texture, and that is something Mia Goth has. I could listen to her interviews all day. It's not just her accent, but she's also got this porcelain, delicate, yet eerie quality about her, and that could contribute a lot to Star Wars Starfighter depending on who she plays. But in a brand new interview with ET Online, Mia says she's very excited and adds that she's met the entire cast. The big question is, does this include Daisy Ridley? The other villain we know about is Matt Smith. It's been rumoured that his character doesn't have the Force, but when he was asked about his role in Star Wars Starfighter, his answer couldn't have been more different to the one given by Mia Goth.
Because someone told me I was in Star Wars before and I never was. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying, I'm asking you if I'm in it. Yeah. I was told I was in it before the previous time and I'm like, I don't know.
Despite being officially listed in the cast announcement on StarWars.com, he doesn't want to confirm anything because he thinks things can still change. He cites the incident with the Rise of Skywalker. He says he was meant to be in that, but in the end they left him out. He was originally going to play a young Palpatine, so even though he knows he's in it, he may not have filmed any scenes yet, so he doesn't want to take anything for granted, and fair play to him. But moving on my dear friends, let's move on to another big story of the day. A few of you guys saw this on Twitter and tagged me, so I wanted to comment on it. Empire Magazine posted a list of their top 50 Star Wars characters of all time, and I must admit, it is pure insanity. I have a feeling it's just the opinion of one person, and I think they know this is going to stir the pot. They might have done this just to be a bit inflammatory, just to get conversations going. I mean, heck, I'm making a video about it. Fans have been talking about it on social media, so the website has been gaining traction, and I suppose the all-important engagement. Now, even though they do explain their rationale behind each choice, they don't make the criteria by which they're ranking these very obvious. It's certainly not according to skill or power. I think it's just vibes. They put BB-8 ahead of Qui-Gon, Mace Windu, Dedra Meero, Tarkin, Maul, and Boba Fett. I know BB-8 is adorable, but come on, that is really, really silly. So let's go through this list. I'll give you my opinions as we go along, and then I'll give you my top 10. I'm not going to do a top 50, I'll do a top 10. Just like I tell you guys with any sort of ranking, it is subjective, but I will say I highly disagree with this list. So no more jibber jabber, let's dive in. And number 50, Asajj Ventress. Now considering I've given a wee gander at some of the names that come up later, Asajj Ventress is way too low. She wouldn't cut my top 10 or even top 20 Star Wars characters, but knowing what's to come, you're going to be shocked. So number 49, Neil from Skeleton Crew. I believe this is the only Skeleton Crew character on this list, and Neil is cute, really cool character, I love the show, but I personally would rank Jod or even KB way before Neil on any kind of list. Number 48, K2SO. Now I can't help but be distracted by what comes above K2 at 47, which is Holdo. How in the world is Admiral Holdo above K2? I'm sorry, but that is shocking. I went to their website to find the rationale, their explanation for this, and they basically say because of her sacrifice, because of the Holdo maneuver in episode 8, she automatically makes it into the top 50. They say, quote, blasting through a First Order dreadnought at light speed, obliterating everything in her path, Holdo is brave, bold, and bullshit repellent. No wonder she was Leia Organa's right-hand woman. Now the funniest thing about this is she's number 47 because of her role in The Last Jedi, and while she did buy the Resistance time, her role in the comics, to my mind, is way more badass. It was during the Kira trilogy in War of the Bounty Hunters, we get to see Holdo between episodes 5 and 6, long before the pink hair and long before working with the Resistance. Holdo was embedded with crime syndicates to secure supply chains for the Rebel Alliance. She was even instrumental in helping Leia save Han Solo from Jabba's palace. She was quite a cool character in those comics. But above K2SO, above a droid who laid down his life to help Cassian and Jyn steal the Death Star plans, be real for a minute, there is no freaking way. Alright, we got a lot to get through, so let's move on. Admiral Akbar. Not only instrumental for the Rebel Alliance during Andor, but also later during the New Republic, and then the Resistance, he definitely deserves a top 50 spot. I might even argue a top 20 spot, but they've put him down at 46, and Babu Frick is one spot above him. What are you doing, Empire Magazine? Then we have Captain Rex, and then Kanan Jarrus. Now, I don't know if this is an unpopular take, I don't know if this is what they call a hot take, but Kanan Jarrus should be a top 10 Star Wars character. Kanan is one of the best Jedi Disney Star Wars ever gave us. Scratch that. Star Wars in general, canon, legends, or otherwise, ever gave us. And I'm not just referring to his sacrifice, which was one of the most Jedi things he ever did, but his mentorship of Ezra is one of the healthiest teacher-student, master-apprentice relationships in the entire saga. You guys know I'm a huge Rebels fan, so I am going to be a bit biased, but this is crazy low down the list. And when he lost his sight, he embodied Obi-Wan's teaching about not trusting your eyes. So then we have Thrawn, again a character who should easily be top 10, then Grievous, and then Rose Tico. Unless this person is a Last Jedi superfan, and they have a great argument for why they chose Rose, there is no way Rose comes above Thrawn. The 3 words they use to describe her are loyal, idealistic, and no nonsense. The person you want on your team, they said. Now, I don't agree with a lot of the hate towards Rose Tico. I don't think she's as bad a character as some people make her out to be. Kelly Marie Tran was done so dirty in The Rise of Skywalker, that's for sure, but I don't think she is anywhere near the top 50 Star Wars characters. And just going through these, they're just talking about Disney canon, so they've left out all of the best characters from the expanded universe. Shizor, Mara Jade, the Solo twins, Jason and Jaina, no Talon Card, no Jorah Sabayoth, so their choices are more limited. But considering Kleya and Vel are nowhere on this list, and Rose freaking Tico made it, one has to conclude this list is insane. I can't work out their criteria. What are they basing this on? Just personal preference? Just their own taste? There's no rhyme or reason to it, and it just reads as a list that someone made when they were told off the cuff to just list 50 Star Wars characters they know. At first I wondered if this isn't in any particular order, but it's very clear from the way they describe their top 10 that the different placements are deliberate. So then we have Moff Gideon. Yeah, he's a cool character I guess. Ezra Bridger, probably should be higher than this. Baylan Skoll being at 37, that's way too low. I'd put Baylan maybe in my top 10, top 20 at the very least. Then Mace Windu, Cyril Khan, Qui-Gon Jinn, 34 for Qui-Gon, no. He would be in my top 5, let alone top 40 or 50. Next up, they put Master Soul from the Acolyte, who has been described as the Qui-Gon Jinn of the High Republic. He was also a pretty good character, but not above Qui-Gon. Kino Loy, shame we didn't see him again. Chopper, Dedra Miro, she definitely deserves to be in the top 50. And then next up we have The Stranger, Chimea, another Acolyte pick. One of the better parts of the controversial Leslie Headland show, but his on-screen potential was never realised. And now we get into the top 20. Maul, 20 seems right, but definitely not below BB-8. I don't know how BB-8 is number 19. Ahsoka Tano, again, some would argue she's top 5 or top 10. Lando Calrissian, Din Djarin, cool character, well developed. I don't know if I'd put him this high. Now here's what bothers me. Grogu, being above Palpatine, is just criminal. I get it. Cute baby, but above one of the best written villains in all of cinema, I strongly disagree. And then we have another crime. Anakin Skywalker at number 13. I mean, the whole saga is about Anakin. Do they realise that? R2-D2 being a number 12, I would say R2 is top 5. R2 might even be number 1. George Lucas always said, R2 is the storyteller of Star Wars. He is the eyewitness to the entire saga. Cassian Andor, number 11. And this one just outside the top 10, I agree with. Considering the amount of screen time, 24 episodes of a TV show, and an entire movie, Cassian has to be one of the most fleshed out characters in the entirety of on-screen Star Wars content. So now we get into the top 10. At number 10, they put Rey. I disagree with this, but at least in this case, you can argue that she was the main character of one trilogy. So it makes sense, even if I disagree. Then Chewie, absolutely Chewie should be there. Obi-Wan Kenobi, absolutely a top 10 character. I'm glad he didn't lose out to BB-8, but losing out to Kylo Ren at number 7 is certainly a bizarre choice. Luthen Rail is at number 6. I can definitely vibe with that. Yoda, Leia, Luke being 5, 4, 3. Absolutely agree. Darth Vader number 2. But the number 1 spot goes to, drumroll please, Han Solo. I think Han is top 20. But again, I know a lot of original trilogy fans absolutely love Han. And back in the day, he was seen as like the cool male archetype reflected in Star Wars. So a lot of boys and a lot of young men kind of looked up to him. Again, not my pick, but I see their point. So I think this list is a bit all over the place. Here's my top 10. I have a top 10 Star Wars characters list just based on my own personal preferences. Maybe that's what this person was going for, but I'm gonna set that aside and give you the list of top 10 characters based on who I think are the most impactful. So here we go. At number 10, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Number 9, Yoda. Number 8, C-3PO. Number 7, Padme. Number 6, Kanan Jarrus. Number 5, Luke. Number 4, Anakin. Number 3, Qui-Gon Jinn. Number 2, Palpatine. And number 1, R2-D2. I feel bad not putting Leia in there. I think she might be joint 10 with Obi-Wan. But if I put aside my quirkier picks, because I would love to put Aayla Secura and Yaddle on there, if we're talking just about the most impactful Star Wars characters in the way I interpret the saga, that's my list. But now I turn it over to you guys. What did you make of their list? And what's yours? Let me know in the comments down below.